Hi folks, we're here today on a watershed with Midwest Angler Fishing, and we're going to see if we can catch a few bass here. And these little watersheds that are 15 to 30 acres are sprinkled all over the country, and they're a real good source of fishing if you can get permission to get on one. So look for them.
Jim's got one on already. Second cast on the Hot Hog Junior spinnerbait. Second cast. Just put that bait in the water, and that's the black minnow. You can find all these spinnerbaits at skimmertackle.com. That's a nice impoundment fish right there, 2.5 pounder. That's a great way to start our day.
Joel's got one on a crankbait. Just right after I caught mine. And it's a nice little fish.
He's a little bit smaller than that first one, but he's still a nice little fish. I think we're going to have a good day here. We've made very few casts and we're already catching them, so I kind of expect us to have a pretty good day.
Joel's got another crankbait fish on. A little better than the last one.
I could see I got him right up in some grass. Get our grass off.
Seems to be staying right around the grass edges. And we're throwing our baits down along the side of them, and they've been coming out and getting it pretty good. Joel just got another one on the crankbait.
Oh, he ate it.
He ate it. It was about down to the, pretty close to the same size as the other one. They're nice sized fish to catch, and they're fighters, and they're a lot of fun.
I'll have to take the pliers to this guy, but we'll be right back with some more action, I promise you. Jim's got another one on. Again on the spinnerbait. Here he comes to the top. That's a nice little fish. That's a nice little 2-pound fish. Again on that Hot Hog Junior spinnerbait. We're just running up the dam area here right now. You can see there is a spillway, and we're just kind of running up the dam. Run up the corner, and then we got a transition bank that we're going to break two in over once we go down the other side. There, Jim's got one. Oh, a purple worm. There he is. He's a nice little bass. Not real big. He's kind of smaller than the ones we've been catching, but still a nice little bass. Usually for the afternoon, we're out here in, I'd say mid-afternoon. Late September.
Joel's got some soft plastic on. He got one. And Nice little fish. Giving him a little tussle. Not huge, but lots of fun.
He's not huge. That's on that new Revolution Baits kicker craw. I like the way those fins move in the water. Even if they miss it on the first strike, sometimes they'll come back and get it.
Joel's got a crankbait fish on.
Oh, he's a little foul hook. That's why he fell. He's not bad. He's not a bad fish.
Not a bad fish. Foul hook. A little bit.
That's a nice 2-pound fish. Oh, little man's -1.
On a man's -1. About a 2-pounder. Good job.
Jim's got one again on the... Actually, this one's on a UV worm. Came off a brush pile. That's not a bad little fish.
Right where you want to hook them.
Right in the top of the mouth?
Yep. Joel's got one on some plastic. About the size we've been catching. Nice fish.
On a soft plastic, a kicker craw.
Joel's got a fish on, came off of some wood. They're laying right down next to that wood, and throw the plastic in right up close to the wood and let it sink, and lots of times they'll come up and take it.
Well, he did too.
And that one did.
Hook, line, and sinker. Fat, he's been eating up.
Back in the water. We'll catch him again.
Jim's got one on here on a spinnerbait. Looks to be a pretty good fish. I can't really pick him up right now. There he is. It looks to be a pretty good fish. Not bad. That's on a white Hot Hog Junior spinnerbait. Jim switched from black to white. And we're kind of switching around baits. We switched back from plastics now to crankbaits and spinnerbaits to see if we couldn't pick up a few more bites. That's a nice 2-pound fish. Good job.
Crankbait fish. Finally starting to get a little breeze. Haven't had much today. And usually a little riffle on the water help a little bit. So maybe these fish will become a little more active than they have been. And we can find that big one we've been looking for.
Boy, he really got that. He wasn't getting away. There he is. He's a little bitty guy. Jim's got one on here on the spinnerbait. That's a pretty good fish. Well, these fish are powerful though. They really seem to have a lot of food in here. All the fish in this little impoundment are really healthy. Everything we've caught so far looks really good. I'm sure they're getting a lot of food to eat. Spinnerbait and the crankbait right now seems to be the key again, so that's another nice little bass. Jim's got another one on. Spinnerbait fish. See if he'll come up and jump. There he is. Not a bad little fish. Again on that white spinnerbait. Nice little fish. Again, we're just running up the banks here, and we're pitching and we're throwing over, and I'm still using a crankbait. Jim's still using the spinnerbait. We're hitting some of the stuff that's up along the edge here. Jim's got another one on. That was pretty quick. Kind of back-to-back cast there. That's a little better fish there. Again on that white Hot Hog Junior spinnerbait. Up this bank they seem to be really hitting that pretty well. I'm still pitching my little crankbait in, but I'm really not getting bit, so the spinnerbait right now is the ticket. Not a bad 2.5 pound fish. We sure are having a lot of fun now.
He's been eating crawdads.
Got his belly full. Well, it's starting to feed up for the fall, it looks like.
See the tentacles sticking out his throat. Joe got a nice crankbait fish on -1.
Land him at the boat here. Oh, there he is.
That's what we've been looking for. Well, we'd like to have a little bigger, but that's a start.
Yeah, that's
About a 3 pound bass.
good 3 pounder. Boy, you got him in there tough. I'll get some pliers here and I'll get it out. There we go. Yeah, that's not a bad fish. That's what we're looking for. Maybe they'll start turning on here and we can catch a few more this size right here.